Hey everybody, it's Scott Steen with winnersandwhiners.com coming to you from the astute Aardvark and the Kyle Zakowski studio on the expansive first floor of the Winners and Whiners Sports and Entertainment Complex to bring you today's Deep-3. Guys, if you're digging what we're doing, if you've had a little success here over the weekend, we always appreciate it if you give us the old thumbs up on this video. Tell us that you're digging what we're doing. And maybe take that next step. If you haven't done so already, please think about subscribing to our YouTube channel. We appreciate it, as always. And, of course, let us know what you're playing. Drop us a note in the comment section. Tell us what your best plays are today. We'll take up to 5. So 5 or less, whatever you got, whatever you're on, whatever you're feeling, put them up there. You get them right, we'll give you the shout-out. You get enough of them right, just like the astute Aardvark, just like Kyle Zakowski, you will be the capper of the day. We had a tie yesterday, as both guys had very good days. And, it's don't forget to check out, especially on Mondays and Thursdays, when you got the NFL games, check out winnersandwhiners.com and statsalt.com. Over there at Winners and Whiners, they have the deepest dives anywhere on the internet into both of those games. So if you're the kind of person that like stats, you like trends, you like all the stuff, you like want to see how everything matches up. They go through and they do basically everything. They do offense versus defense, defense versus offense, special teams, win, coach, what color sweater they're going to be wearing tonight. I mean, it is seriously a good deep dive. It's done by Chris Altruda, and Chris Kubala does Thursdays, I think, is usually how they have that broken down. So very good cappers, very good riders. Get over there and check it out. You will not be disappointed. All right. So, with that being said, take a look at yesterday's action. We did go 2-1 on the Deep-3 as we had Philadelphia to take care of business, and they absolutely did that. We had the Pittsburgh Steelers on their team total over 20.5, and they certainly did that as well. And we lost out on the Washington Redskins. We had them on a little counterintuitive play. Thought the Redskins might be able to step up there against the Bills. They hung with them a little bit for a little while, but in the end, it was just not enough offense on the Redskins' part as the Bills pulled away and covered the number. So 2-1 on the Deep-3. And on the premium side, our deep freeze continues. We go 0-2 on the premium side as we had the Minnesota Vikings team total over 25.5. Frustrating game. They kicked 3 field goals, scored just 2 touchdowns. They got the number to 23 with 11 minutes left in the game. Got 2 more possessions in 2 possessions that were absolutely critical that they had to go down and score, and they didn't. They didn't do it either time. The Chiefs, we were kind of hoping for overtime there, but they couldn't even stop the Chiefs from putting together a nice little drive there to end the game as Butker kicks the game winner as time expires, and the Vikings do not get to over 25.5. And then on the late play, man, we got absolutely curb stomped there. We had the Green Bay Packers -4. Holy shit, we didn't see that coming. I got to admit that was a bad look for Rodgers, as he had a dreadful game. They were able to put pressure on him with the front 4. Didn't even have to blitz, and against 2 pretty damn good tackles in Beluga and the cat on the other side. Both those guys are very good for Green Bay, and they were just absolutely owned by Bosa and Ingram all day long. So 0-2 we go on the premium side. Very weird little stretch. We went over the weekend. We went 3-0 Friday. We went 5-1, 8-1. So we go 10-2 for Friday, Saturday, Sunday on the Deep-3, and we go 1-6 on the premium side. Yeah, just a really weird, brutal stretch for the premium players. So we're working hard. We're obviously still having some success capping games. So yeah, we'll get that turned around and have success in both of them here. So let's get started with tonight's play, shall we? Starting off with the astute Aardvark, he did leave his capper of the day play of the day, the COD, and he likes the Cowboys -6.5 points on the road against the New York Football Giants. I've got a different take on that one. I've got the Cowboys team total over 27.5 as they go up there to the Meadowlands to take on the Giants. The Cowboys having a weird season. They looked awful in a game that they were up in New York not too long ago against the Jets, And that was their third loss in a row. You're about ready to put a fork in them. The Jason Garrett death watch had begun. Philly was coming to town, and they were ready to make some noise, take control of that division, blah, blah, blah. All of a sudden, it's not exactly how it turned out. Dallas put together their best game of the season, and they beat the Eagles 37-10. And now they've had a week off to get healthy. Everybody's ready to go. They might be missing Leighton Vander Esch, but that's going to be the only one. Hell of a linebacker is that kid, but I think they can make up for that loss by having everybody else healthy, including Amari Cooper. He's ready to go as well. You know, Dak, he has absolutely owned the Giants in his career. He's thrown 79 touchdown passes in his career, and 14 of those have come against the Giants. By the way, that is the most he has thrown against any team in the league. He's got a 100.4 quarterback rating, throwing for just 14 touchdowns, just 2 interceptions in those 7 games. He's averaged 277 yards passing per game. And the 2019 version of the Giants may be even worse. Prescott went against them in his first game of the season. He gashed him for 403 yards through the air as Dallas rolled him up in that one as well. New York, they have given up 27 or more points to everyone except the Redskins, who I believe in that game started Sonny Jurgensen under center. So they can be excused for not scoring many points. I think Dallas keeps that trend going against a very bad Giants defense. Give me the Dallas team total over 27 and the hook. And we're going to take a look in the NBA. Kind of a short slate in the NBA, but we've got a play here that we do like. Taking a look at the Bucks and T-Wolves over 230.5. You know, Minnesota did a nice job of stepping up against Washington in the absence of Karl Anthony Towns. But he's been suspended, but they held every starter for the Wizards except Bradley Beal to 7 points or less, and the bench for the Timberwolves stepped up and put in 53 points, which was a very nice job on their part. But it's hard to see exactly who on that team is going to slow down Giannis. You know, even with Towns, it was going to be a challenge, and without KAT, it could get extremely ugly. I think the Bucks. They have serious bench depth, probably even better than a pretty good Minnesota bench at this point. There shouldn't be a drop-off with the second unit on the floor, really, for either of these teams. T-Wolves, they're going to have to play a little more outside in than they normally would, and that's going to present its own set of challenges for a Bucks defense. That's kind of they've been struggling so far this year. They miss Brogdon, and it shows so far. They've trying to figure out their roles, especially on the defensive sides. Both of these teams average over 118 points per game, and I don't see much reason why that won't continue in this one. Give me the Bucks and the Wolves over 230.5. And if it's Monday Night Football, it must be prop night, everybody. We're taking a look at the aforementioned Dak Prescott. The over-under total on his yardage is 274.5. I think given his success against the Giants, given the Giants' absolutely dreadful defense so far this season, especially against the pass, I think this is a good bet for Dak on Monday Night Football in prime time. Like I said, he's owned the Giants, averaged 277 yards in his 7 starts, 403 first week, and unless the Giants' defense got better over the last 5 days, I think he does his thing again in this one. This is as close to a dare I say it? This is close to is a lock on a prop bet that I've played all year. I like this one very, very much. Give me Dak Prescott over 274.5. And give me the Timberwolves Bucks over 230.5. And we'll start off with the Cowboys team total over. This is an overwhelming night. Over 27.5. At the end of those 3, you guys can join me. We'll pick up our winning tickets and we will head back to the window. All right, everybody, we're going to take a look at the shout-outs real quick. I have, you guys had some of you had pretty good days here. Pretty good days indeed. I appreciate everybody posting their plays. It's always fun to read comments. And that's, I've told you before, it's one of the fun things that I get to do about this job. I really enjoy reading what you guys have to write. So the Legendary King, he says, well, it's that time of the week. He's going to bet half the house on Tampa Bay +5 versus Seattle versus his Seahawks. Man, that game ended up, Seattle won by 6. Legendary King, all I can say, brother, is I hope you didn't bet the half of the house that has the kitchen in it. That would be That would be unfortunate. So he did have a couple other picks today. He had the Steelers and the Chiefs, very nicely done there, and he had the Ravens as well. So the legendary King ends up going 3-1 on the day, and for our purposes, we'll call it plus 190. Hopefully the house was. Hopefully you bet a couple of houses on those late games, King. Noah Milheim, he had one play today and he made it count. He had the Texans minus 1.5. They certainly took care of business over there in sunny old London town. 1-0 plus 100. Well done, Noah. Steve Godon. Steve, he did have the. He got down on the Pittsburgh with the played a little 3-team parlay there. He had the Vikes and the Browns. Two teams that I didn't hate either one of those. Then he had Pittsburgh. That was the only one that hit there. So Steve, better days ahead, my friend. Little Chris Gator. Little Chris Gator said he found the Gators yesterday at 7.5. Ha ha. Chris, you know what? I'd love to know where you found that, brother, because I went back and looked and thought I'd missed something. And the only thing I saw DraftKings when they opened for business yesterday, or on Saturday rather. They had it at 7 for about 15 minutes before it went down to 6.5. So, dude, you got to tell me what book you're using. That was a fine get there, unless you ended up buying those, which was a good buy. So, congratulations either way on hitting your Gators plus 7.5. Well done, little Chris Gator. Man, that's a coincidence, isn't it? Time Traveler Steve said, "Give me a huge shout out for going 5-1 yesterday." He said, "I'm the capper of the day." Yeah, dude. Like I said, it's weird taking victory laps when I'm struggling on the premium side. It's my job really has two facets to it, and it's hard to get like overamped when one of them is struggling. And it's not usually how it goes. You know, if I'm struggling, I'm usually struggling. If I'm hot, I'm hot. It's very weird to be hot on one and not the other. So I appreciate the shout out, Steve. I'm still working hard. Hopefully we can keep the hot streak going on the Deep-3 and maybe bleed over into the premium side as well. Steve, he had the Eagles today, and he faded me on the Colts and the Pittsburgh Steelers, brother. Man, you can't tell me what a great day I have and then fade my Steelers. Come on now. And then he inadvertently tailed us on the premium side. He had the Packers minus 3.5, and he got gobsmacked just like we did. So, again, Time Traveler Steve, better days ahead, my friend. Thanks for the kind words. King Ham said, "I'm on a roll." That's right. He said, "I'm going 5-0 today, and if I don't, I'm going to be on somebody's table for Thanksgiving." And he had a couple. He hit the Eagles. He also tailed us on the Redskins, and he had the Packers as well. So. King Ham, I'm looking around my house for some cherry glaze, brother. It's gonna get ugly. Cyrus Quinn had a couple plays from the NFL and the NBA. He went 2-2. He got juiced. Bill Moore gave us congratulations on the 5-1. Says, "Well done, sir." Thank you very much, Bill. Appreciate you watching. Hope you're able to make a little money on the picks over the weekend. Ninja 13, he went 3-1 plus 190. Only game he missed was the Packers. Benito Quevedo, he had the Steelers, and then he made some hay on that Dolphins game. He had the +3 on the Dolphins, made that one. He said, "My upset pick of the week is the Dolphins money line plus 170. Well done, Benito, as the Dolphins get off the schneid, get their first victory of the season. And the he goes 2-1 on the on his straight picks, 0-1 on the parlay, plus 60 on the day. Nice job, Benito. The astute Aardvark, he said a tie. He said, "I have to share the title." He said, "Kyle and I should have compared snouts." He said, "I've never lost a snout fight or contest." Just saying. The astute Aardvark, and then he went out and made a couple picks. He hit the Eagles, and then stop me if you've heard this one before. He also had the Packers minus 3.5 and a couple other ones that didn't work out. Kyle Z, speaking of the snoutless Kyle Z, he liked the Packers and the Browns. Again, two picks I liked very much. I thought I told you it was that close to taking the Browns as well. Yeah, that was I thought with the new quarterback Denver would be no bueno, but yeah, that didn't work out that way. Apparently, Joe Flacco is absolutely terrible. Who knew? He said, man, and then he wrote later, said, man, I've been cold. He said, I'm rolling the Baltimore money line tonight. He got it at plus 150, so he did have a little rally there on the Sunday night game. Nicely done, Kyle. Derek Saunders says he's got to fade us on those Bears. Oh, dude. He did, and it didn't work out. He also tells on the Redskins, and he had the Steelers team total over, yay, and then the Titans in a parlay. First King, oddly enough, he had the Kings, -1. He had the Lakers, -1. He had the Raiders and the Seahawks. Missed out on the Bulls. He did put down New England. However, that was his 6th pick. So on the first 5 picks, as we always do, the First King, he went 4-1, plus 290 on the day. Jay Yee, speaking of prop bets, Jay Yee said, welcome back. Missed you last weekend. I missed being here last weekend, Jay. It's good to be back. And he went 2-3 on the day. He did hit Miami, another nice hit on Miami. And he was the only one of us that took the Chargers. Well done, Jay. Well done indeed. He missed out on the Patriots, the Patriots, the Pats, the Colts, and the Bears. So 2-3, not an awful day. Time to rally, Jay. Thomas McCool said he took the Bears and Eagles under and took the Chiefs +6. Well done. He also had the Colts team total under. That did not quite work out, but he went 2-1 plus 90 on the day. Jamal Stone said, man, what the fuck happened to you? You're going to have to be more specific, Jamal. You're going to have to give me a time and a point of reference so I can tell you what's happened to me. I don't know at what point in my past you knew me. So it could be a lot of things that happen. So, yeah, 4 kids, got married, whatever it is. It's whatever the fuck happened. I'm sure it wasn't good. So yeah, dude, let me know what happened. What a great question. How long you got? Barry Block said, hey, he said, from one KC native to another, said your work is muchly appreciated. No problem, Barry. Appreciate doing it. Always have a lot of fun. Good to have somebody else from the 816 or the 913, whichever side you might have been on. Barry said he went 4-0 last night in college. Saturday night in college. His next week is going to be loaded with college hoops coming back. Yeah, it is. She said he played the team total on UCLA also on another parlay. Yeah, that's yeah, we're still bitter about that UCLA. That was another one. I said he won a bit of cash back with UCLA and the San Jose State cover. So nicely done, Barry. Appreciate the reaching out and the KC shout out, brother. Good to have another native on board. Hammer and Hank had a good day. He missed out on the Packers total in that game and the Bulls, but he had the Ravens +3, and he had the Bulls team total under. So that one hit. He went 2-1 plus 90 on the day. So our positive cappers for the day was Benito Quevedo 2-1, 0-1 on the parlay +60. The legendary King, he goes +90 on the day, 2-1 with his picks. Thomas McCool goes also 2-1 plus 90. Hammer and Hank goes 2-1 plus 90. Noah Milheim 1-0 plus 100. The Ninja 13 goes 3-1 plus 190. And we got a brand new capper of the day, kids. I believe it's a capper of the day virgin. It is First King. The First King has gone 4-1 plus 290. Congratulations, First King. Number 1 of the Kings, number 1 on the board, my friend. You are our capper of the day. Congratulations. If you have any picks for any of the Tuesday games you want to throw in the comment section tomorrow, let us know. We got Maction coming. We got college basketball. It's about to get crazy, kids. So, yeah, First King, if you got a pick for your capper of the day, play of the day, throw that in there, and I'll be sure that everybody gets it. All right. To the rest of you guys, nicely done on making money. Let's go out there and hit this one hard, see if we can take care of business, start the week off right. All right? No matter what happens, we'll meet back here tomorrow about the same time. You know what we do. We'll bitch about our bad beats. We'll brag about those fat stacks. And because the next day will be Tuesday, and it's going to be action, and it's going to be college basketball. Yeah, it's the D-Gen best time of the year, kids. We'll jump in there, we'll fire it up, and we will do it all again. You guys take care. Good luck. We'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.